Is going on, guys? It's Saturn Reaper here, and as you guys can tell, my voice is again getting better and better each and every day. Still a little scratchy though, not gonna lie, but we do have that energetic energy back in our voice, and I'm really feeling it again. Really feeling it. Really excited to hop in and start playing again later this week, most likely. But for today, we will have another kind of shorter, mild-ish video. But of course, like I said, there's always stuff to talk about here on this channel. Tons of leaks out there, tons of new information. So we are back again at Fortnite BR's Twitter. Guys, go ahead and drop them a follow again. Guys, big information comes from all of these leakers, all these amazing sources that do a lot of this work. And again, I just like to report this information to you guys, let you guys know what's going on, give you guys my 2 cents, not just raw information for the most part. I do like to interject in there and kind of be like, hey, you know, this is what's happening, this is what I'm thinking. So tomorrow's video will most likely be a video about 8.2 and all the changes and what all the streamers have been saying, stuff like that, because I do want to give my 2 cents on that, and I feel like that'd be a good video to make just to hear my opinions and stuff like that. I did make a little thread on Twitter, but I've also had another day or so to kind of formulate more thoughts, and I think that I have an ever-changing idea of what I want to say for tomorrow. So that'll be tomorrow's video. I'm going to talk about 8.2, talk about what not every single, but at least a decent amount of the streamers have been saying, get a bunch of tabs open with all of the stuff that they've been saying, all the polls and stuff that we've been seeing, to see what's going to happen in the future. But I do want to bring up one tiny point before we get into our major main leak here, and that is that there was a message from Epic that did say that they don't have any intentions of reverting the change. And this was almost 3 days ago. It came up on my feed, and it was literally like 3 days ago that happened. And I just need to find the tweet here because I know that they tweeted about it recently, relatively recently. But anyways, literally the entire thing is just saying like, hey, like we don't have plans on changing it back, even though, you know, we hear you guys, we like to listen, but we're not going to change it back 3 days after. You know, it's not like that's going to happen overnight. So I think it's important to at least, and I'm just going to say slightly, I don't want to get too much into this, but I think it's important to at least give it a chance. Oh, it's right here. As always, we'll continue to listen to player feedback. Nothing to share regarding health/mat changes in 8.2. So again, I think it's good to kind of give it some time to sit, and it's important to note that we did not have Siphon. I will probably stress this so much in tomorrow's video. We did not have Siphon when it wasn't in the game. It wasn't in the game. People were enjoying the game as it was. When it came to the game, of course you're going to enjoy it. Of course it's better. Of course it seems that way. But when it gets taken away, it's not like it's not the same game that you guys had played for what? I don't know. When did this change even come in? It came in at the end of last season before Season 8 came out, right? It didn't come with V8.0. It came out before V8.0. It was in the game for a little bit before the 8th season came out. So that means that, guess what? You guys spent 7 seasons without it. So I don't know why there's such a large uproar about it. But I don't want to get too much into this in this video. Again, we have other things to cover. So I will save all this energy that I'm about to release in tomorrow's video. But anyways, continuing. So we do have our information here on Dusty Divot to be excavated in the near future. Now, we do have these images, and I don't need to really read through this. We have these images of the excavation sites. Now, this one is already in the game, as well as this one, which is happening right now as we speak. I believe this one is also already done, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just kind of different angles to look at it. But we do have 2 that have not started at all, and this is the ones in Dusty Divot. Now, we don't have an explanation as to why they're excavating, and that's the weird thing, is that we know that the helicopter is moving around the map, and then potentially it is the reason why there's choosing these dig sites. Maybe the helicopter is kind of scanning the areas, trying to find out where's the best places to dig for something. We don't know what they're digging for, though. And again, this is probably leading up to a large scale event. We always, well, pretty much now it's standard to have some form of an either big in-game or small in-game event that happens every single season that kind of pushes the story a little bit further, or kind of changes things on the map and just gets players hyped and interested. Marshmallow event is an example. We had the comets coming down during late game. That was an example from season 3. Butterfly event. We had the rocket event. So we've had a lot of different events in the last couple of seasons. And the cube, which was like a 2-season long event, which took forever. But again, just all parts of different things. So what we know about Divot, just in a general sense, is that Divot used to house the Hop Rocks. Yes, the Hop Rocks used to be there. I don't know if you guys were around when the Hop Rocks were in the game, but yes, the Divot used to house those. Then what else was in the Divot? There was just the warehouses for the most part. There wasn't anything else. Obviously, we did have the Blockbuster skin, aka what was their other name for him? I feel like we had another name for him. Let's just call him Blockbuster Skin, because that's the name that we have for him. So we did have that there. His ship was there, and he was the reason for the entire, rocket event, stuff like that, which brought in the rifts, which brought in everything else, and a whole lot of other crazy things that happened on the map. So we know that that was a thing, and we do know that part of the cube did slither back into the earth. So maybe that's what they're digging for. Maybe it went to the center of the map. Maybe they're digging for remaining hop rocks. So I don't know why there would be more underneath. I don't know what would be underneath here. That's the question. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Also, the theory of just them trying to release as much pressure from this volcano before it erupts is also an opportunity to kind of think about. But I don't know. Maybe they're digging to make divot lower, so maybe that divot can fill up as a pit for all the lava to go to instead of destroying the entire map. So maybe only the northeast corner of the map gets destroyed, or maybe the whole north side of the map gets destroyed and they kind of redo the entire north side. Would be interesting. It would be an interesting change, but we'll have to see. So maybe it goes like I'm saying, northeast to northwest. That entire top section, including Haunted Hills, including Pleasant Park, just gets destroyed, and then a bunch of lava flows into Dusty Divot, and that is where it all kind of ends up at, and then it fills up, and then it just is completely covered off, and then it hardens, and then they put new warehouses on there, something like that. Something like that happens. And it becomes a new POI. So that's just an option, just up in the air. But again, tomorrow we will be doing a big 8.2 video. Sorry for rambling on about like a bunch of different things here for a little bit. But as you guys can tell, voice is back in a good position, and that is why I'm able to talk a lot more. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, sub up, share around, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.